All right. So 1966, you went to NADC.
Yep.
Now, were you? It sounds like you did work on the P-3. We know a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people worked on P-3.
Well, I worked on the P-3 for 19 years.
Okay. In what capacity? What were you doing?
Well, I started out in the project called ANU.
Okay.
And ANU was the project which had the responsibility to computerize the P-3. And they did all the design work, the selection of equipment, and pre-tested the stuff in the lab, then put it on a testbed aircraft, which was 15443, which was the first, that was the testbed for the first P-3C. And I guess that was first produced, I think, in '68.
Okay.
Somewhere around that time, the production was, the first aircraft was delivered, I think, in 1968. And that was the first computerized, fully computerized system in any of the aircraft. And at the center, that system was developed, designed, the software was built and programmed there, and Lockheed built the aircraft and installed the equipment in the production, but the software was provided by NADC. And it continued to be provided by NADC up through, I don't know, the 90s.
So in what capacity were you working on it?
Well, I worked on it as a engineer. At the time, worked on the new launching system, which the sonobuoys at that time were dropped out of a open container almost, and closed it up, and you pressurized it and air pushed it out. We designed the system that was called a CAD system, an actual shotgun-like projectile that was screwed into the back of this system, and it shot the sonobuoys out so that they could be launched much more accurately, quicker, and could be recorded by computer as to where they were launched from, when they were launched, and that computerized the whole system of firing sonobuoys and launching them. And that was all done at the center. And so I worked on that part of it for a good number of, for 2 years, I guess. And then I went to the project on several projects that were additions to the P-3 to make it suitable for some specific missions, recording the ballistic missile submarines and actual making signatures of them. So anytime the Russian submarines came out of dry dock, they had been modified in some way, our systems could go and record it and get so much data on it. The data before that was all done by ships. Well, the P-3s could go and take so much data that they'd get 3 years of data in 2 or 3 missions.
Wow.
And then that provided a signature. And no matter where they went, we knew which ones were where. And the P-3s would track them wherever they went. And each of the additions to the P-3C were done, designed, and specified at the center. So it went from the P-3C to Update 1, which modified some portions to make improvements, to update 2, which was some major improvements in the acoustic system, and provided DIFAR, which was a directional type of listening system. And then update 3, which I was a project engineer on update 3, and update 3 was the last version of the P3s that was produced.
Oh, okay.
And that changed the whole acoustic processing system from the paper system that was used before to a totally digital system, which was much more accurate, much more sensitive.